Hey guys, it's me, Harold the Ghostface Kang. You probably can't tell because my voice isn't muffled. So for our first year, the Kang himself actually wanted to do something very special for Christmas, for our first very Christmas special. So we decided, you know what, let's go up to the communities that have helped build up our channel, and let's get them involved in the special. Let's ask them a couple of Christmas questions and see what they answer with. And this year is probably going to be the only year we do it until like next year, because I ran out of questions like in the middle of this. But for the next like 3 skits, it's just going to be this, along with like another skit that I made, hopefully. So anyway, the reason why I'm not like actually recording this with an actual camera is because I originally wanted to do it to make this feel like a little more personal, but you could barely hear me under that mask. So I decided, you know what? Let's do a recording. We'll just put up a Ghostface PNG along with like a Christmas hat or something like that, and we'll just call it a day. Anyway, on to the first 2 questions that I asked this week, or that week. So for the first week of November, I decided, you know what, let's get the folks excited. Let's ask them 2 Christmas questions, because why not? Anyway, so for the first 2 questions I asked them was 1, what's your favorite Christmas tradition that you do every year? My personal answer was watching movies, because Christmas movies are like my favorite genre of movie outside of like superhero, but superheroes are cult classics, so of course it's going to be my favorite genre. But yeah, I just love the feeling that Christmas movies give me. It's great. And the second question I asked is what is the best Christmas gift you've received during Christmas? And my personal answer was my phone, because ever since I was like very little, I've always wanted to get a phone because all the other kids in kindergarten had one for some weird reason. And basically, like, years before that Christmas, I had forgotten that I even wanted a phone. I had become content with the life I had then. And then I got that phone, and it almost felt like a character arc completing. Like it almost come full circle, you know? Anyway, here are the answers. Haim from the Fire of Hope Amino says, I do this thing every year. I pick out someone from one of my friend groups, usually someone that kind of needs a little something to brighten their year. I buy them a few things they wouldn't like and then deliver it to them secretly. Like have someone deliver it, or by a place I know they'll take it. I may not know what their reaction is exactly, but I do hope it makes them feel better. And I think that's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. That's basically like Secret Santa, but only you know what you're doing, and that's it. You're the only one participating, and quite honestly, I think that's very much in the Christmas spirit. And the second question is, her answer to the second question is, easily a Nintendo Switch. It's still my main console that I play on and love dearly for the friends I was able to make on there. Usually I used to play by myself, but now since I got a magical thing called Wi-Fi and crossplay, I'm able to enjoy many days with people I know and love. Ooh woo. Sorry I said it like that, but yeah, that's actually pretty sweet. That's a good gift. That's a great reason too. Next is Hyper, who is also from the Fire of Hope Amino. They say, I don't know Hyper's gender, so I'm just gonna say they. They say, first, my Christmas traditions have been awkward. I haven't had the best Christmases last year's, and the traditions I hoped I can no longer do. That I enjoyed, I no longer can do. Sorry, I cannot read today. So I don't really have a favorite, I guess. Second, probably a PS4. I was so happy when I got it. It just made that Christmas so great. And the third question, which by the way, I asked the third question because like I didn't want to feel like a narcissist. The third question was, and I can't believe I missed this before, if you don't celebrate Christmas, then what do you do for the holidays? So his answer was, yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas traditionally anymore. My family just either watches movies all day long or do go to places we're asked to celebrate occasionally. It's usually not exactly on Christmas. We just visit people though. And yeah, all of those traditions sound nice, man. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and on to the next amino, the Christmas amino. So I just checked, and then I remembered that the Christmas amino doesn't answer until like 2 questions in, so we won't be hearing from them in a while. So the next one I think is from the tuber amino, unless they didn't answer 2. That's also a possibility. No one liked to answer any of these questions. So we do have an answer from the tuber amino. Their name is Silver Fox, and for the first question, what's your favorite Christmas tradition that you do every year? They say, I have this little tradition I've had since I was a little kid. I make personal Christmas cards for my family members. I draw them myself, and I always felt a little weird just to buy a card from the store. Doing my own ones feels special. And for the second question, what's the best Christmas gift you've received during Christmas? Last Christmas, I got a rather high-quality pair of headphones from my parents. It was a mic, great sound, and it doesn't hurt my ears when I wear them for too long. I use those headphones for recording videos as I don't have a mic. I thought my headphones, my channel probably wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be able to voice chat with my friends. So for the tradition one, that's actually a pretty sweet answer. I think that's kind of nice that you decide to do it from the heart rather than just throwing money at your family. That's... You know what they say, it's always the thought that counts, and I'm pretty sure they'd rather have your thoughts with them rather than just the fact that you spent money on them. And for the second question, that's actually a pretty dope gift, not gonna lie. It's really cool that a Christmas gift that you got is the reason why you're currently the leader of the tuber amino, unless you're leader before that, but yeah, that's dope. And that's, like I said, that's the only question that we have for that. That's the only answer that we have for that amino. So now it's on to my personal Discord. Let's go. So, to my personal Discord, blank name number 1 says that my favorite Christmas tradition will have to be our food. We have some rather unique food that usually isn't known, like our dessert, pretzel salad. Contrary to its name, it's actually a quadruple layered thing of ice cream, pretzels, jello, and lots of sugar. Oh, dang, okay. I am thankful for all my gifts. His question for the second one is, I'm grateful for all my gifts, and I think they are all the best, but the only one is the most memorable. My first set of Warhammer 40k miniatures. Shout out to my 40k brothers. Yeah, I really need to get into what's called Warhammer 40k because this guy, I know him. He's very into Warhammer, and he makes it out to seem like a very better version of Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm not sure if that's what he was implying or not, but yeah, I really want to play that. And he answered the third question by saying he celebrates Christmas and that he has no social, which, by the way, that's why I asked those guys specifically, considering that I have just going to leave their name blank. This is something I decided to change midway through. I'm not going to put any of the socials out because that could lead to people tracking me, and I really don't feel like having people discovering what my social is right now anyway. But on to the second answer, which comes from blank name number 2, who says, to the first question, I think I do a tradition where I eat Korean BBQ with my family for dinner after Christmas, which is way better than whatever turkey people have at this time of year. Yeah. I do agree with that. I don't necessarily hate turkey, but I prefer other meats to that. I wouldn't say it's my least favorite meat because I'm pretty sure I've tasted way worse that I would choose turkey over that within a heartbeat, but yeah. And then for the second question, they said, my favorite present would be my Nintendo Switch my mom got my sister and I so we could play Smash Bros. And 3, Christmas isn't something I'm invested in as much as others ask me one question about Hanukkah and I'll shoot myself... But ask me one question about Hanukkah and I'll shoot myself in the leg because I'm so stupid. Okay then, I did not endorse that opinion/comment. I accept all traditions, and while I might not know about Hanukkah, if you ask me a question about it, I wouldn't get to the point where I'd shoot myself in the leg, okay? I did not endorse that opinion. Please do not cancel me. So, blank name number 3 says that their favorite Christmas tradition is breaking an ornament. At least one person does it every every Christmas. Okay. I'm not sure if that's unfortunate or not. In your opinion, I'm not sure if that's unfortunate or not. And for the second question, they say that the best gift is a trip to Comic-Con. It's probably a trip to Comic-Con. I don't get any other gifts that year, and it was all my money that I received from relatives. So, trip to Comic-Con, that's actually a pretty dope present. Yeah. And for the third question, they said, I celebrate Crust Man. I don't really have any socials. Christmas keeps getting replaced by Crust Man. Oh, crap. I honestly thought that was a joke. I legit thought that was a joke. Okay. Okay, I get it. But, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty dope gift. That's a pretty shocking, for lack of a better term, tradition. And yeah. So that is it for this question. Join us next commercial break as we go over another question that I had for week 2 of November. Bye, and good luck to the Kang on 60 seconds. Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you want to watch good Christmas movies, but that one person we all hang out with prefers those cheesy Netflix/Hallmark movies? Then you need Christmas Plus. With Christmas Plus, both you and that person can hang out separately and enjoy y'all's favorite Christmas movies. You can live in your room and watch movies like Elf, Christmas Vacation, and Home Alone, all while that one person is sitting in the other room and watching movies like, if you've seen one Hallmark movie, you've seen them all, and 12 Dates of Christmas, and wait a second, that last movie was real. How does a scriptwriter know about that one? Unless... No, wait, what are you doing? No! That last narrator figured out too much, so now I'm taking over. Anyway, Christmas Plus. Buy it today so you and that one person can enjoy Christmas separately. This commercial was made as a parody and is completely separate from a streaming service named Christmas Plus. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hey guys, it's me, Harold the Ghostface Kang, and we're back with another one where we're back with another Christmas questions where each week in November I ask the community what their favorite questions were. So for the second week of November, I went around and started asking communities what they thought the most underrated/underappreciated Christmas song was. Let's get into it, shall we? Also, before I forget again, because I've done this 3 times because I've forgotten, my personal answer for this was Christmas Is Coming At Last by the Rhythm Kings. And that's mostly because it's a bit of lost media, because the only 2 places I've ever found it was 1 on YouTube and 2 on a Fallout 4 radio mod. If for those of you guys wondering, it's called, I think it's called Old World Radio Christmas. I think that's what it's called. It's very dope, especially for Old World Radio fans like me. Well, that might be changing soon, but we're going to get into that another time. Anyway, let's get on with the answers. Our first answer comes to us from Hyper from the Fire of Hope Amino. They say that there's this one hilarious parody of a partridge in a pear tree that I heard play only once. I never caught the name and it's not talking about, so that's enough reason to consider it underrated. And yeah, that's sort of like what's called Christmas Is Coming At Last, where like we don't know, not many people talk about it, and it's a bit of lost media. So yeah, that's the reason why it's underrated. I sure hope you do find it, and if there are any Kingdom members out there who are into finding lost media, do you think you could find that too? That'd be great, just based off of that one kind of vague description. That's enough. That's more than enough of a reason to just go around finding it. Anyway, the second answer comes from Heimcat, from the Fire of Hope Amino, and she said that I don't know if mine really counts, but I really love this version of Carol of the Bells. I've noticed that it has been getting less used, at least where I'm at, for radios. It's always been my favorite Christmas song for years. Still ain't changing. I don't know why, but this version seems to be only on YouTube. At least from digging, I say it's underplayed. I love it for how intense it can get, and there's always been a kind of animation stuck in my head every time I hear it. Gosh, I swear one day I'm going to have to just make it. And I can't wait to see it, actually. I never really liked Carol of the Bells, but like, this is like my first time actually reading out that answer, because like, just to like get like an actual genuine reaction, I would just like the comment and just not read it, so I get like a genuine reaction. I said that twice, I know. But I'm gonna have to listen to it once I'm done recording it. But like, yeah, I was never really a big fan of Carol of the Bells, especially the rock and roll one, because it's just too intense, and like the more intense you get, the less Christmassy songs start to feel. But yeah, I'll have to give it a listen after recording this. Anyway, our third one comes from, their name is Sporkle, like that's what we all call him. That's what we all call him on there. But Anyway, they said that All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, so underrated. I wish more stores played it and more people listened to it. Such a hidden gem. Yes, that is a very underrated gem. I wish more people would listen to it. And yeah, Sporkle, if you happen to be watching this, despite the fact that you told me later in private messaging that it was a joke, I'm not going to treat this like a joke. You say this is underrated? This is very underrated. Anyway, our fourth answer comes to us from Pixelated Man from the Fire of Hope Amino. Once again, he said, I don't know, but I really like the one where it's, so this is Christmas. And what have we done? And quite honestly, I agree with that opinion. That's like my second favorite, I think, or third. I think the one by not Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, the Christmas song is dope. It's like my second favorite, but that song, I think it's called War's Over, is like my third favorite song. But yeah, now on to probably the Christmas Amino. We'll have to check back in with them to see if they decide to answer. But yeah, let's see. So first things first, I did a little further research, and one, yeah, the Christmas Amino did decide to answer, but two, I gave the song a listen, and that's the exact version I don't like. So, while we might have different opinions, while we might have differing opinions, we'll just agree to disagree, I guess. Anyway, on to the Christmas Amino. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, so Mrs. Amy 0 upside down question mark 0 says, I love to give soap and bath accessories for everyone to take a bubble bath. I'll have to listen to that song then, I guess. That sounds like an interesting song. And then Surreal Kangaroo says that, oh, what a Merry Christmas Day for Mickey's Christmas Carol. I remember the Christmas Carol. I don't exactly remember the what's it called. I don't exactly remember any of the songs that were in it. But yeah, I guess I'll have to give that a listen too. So two great songs. One is definitely better than the other, probably. But yeah, on to the Tuber Amino. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Tuber Amino was the one that didn't like giving me anything. The ones that didn't like giving me any answers. Let me check it real quick. Oh yeah, they also give me an answer. So Astronomical Reeve says, Christmas Time Is Here from Charlie Brown. Even though it's a pretty popular Christmas song, I feel like it's underappreciated, lol. It feels very homey, if that makes sense. It does make sense because I know what the homey feeling of Christmas is. And then Royal Star says, I just want to say it. And then he posted a picture from V Recorder saying, it's not Christmas. It's not Christmas. I don't even know what this is. I really should have replied. I really should have read this. I really should have read these comments and gotten something in advance. But you know what? Whatever. Now I guess it's on to my personal Discord. So for my personal Discord, blank name number 5. I think we're on number 5. Says that one of the most underrated Christmas song is "Abominable Snowman" by Somersault. I haven't heard that one actually, which I guess is the point of me asking for underappreciated / underrated Christmas songs. But yeah, and then blank name number 6. I'm pretty sure this one hasn't replied. Says, "Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer" kind of slaps. Which, whenever you ask for underrated Christmas songs, I guess you can't always expect to find one that you haven't heard of specifically because the Christmas songs, all of them get popularized, but yeah, Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer isn't talked about enough, as much as some of those songs. It's very dark, as you could probably hear in Apocalypse Kang's little radio station that he did. And that's it. Yeah, that's it for this question. Thank you for listening, and I'm not sure where we put this, but let's on to the next segment because we have another commercial. This one is also by me, and I'm going to be ranking. I'm going to be reading the Kang's rankings of Christmas songs. So yeah, that should be fun. Bye. Hey guys, guess what? It's another sketch, back to back. Isn't that insane? Anyway, Kang asked me to like ask me to like host all the sketches, and one of the sketches is, of course, his personal opinions on Christmas songs. And basically, I was like, okay, that's very weird. Shouldn't he be doing this because it's personal to him? But, it's whatever. Anyway, just let me find his list, and then we'll go over it from 5 to 1. This is the top 5 once again. So, at number 5, he put Christmas Vacation by Mavis Staples, and the note he asked for why is he put the second most hype song that evokes the feeling of Christmas. I love it mostly because ever since November 1st, I've been hearing this song in my head nonstop. And quite honestly, I don't mind this song because it's an absolute bop that can get me into the spirit anytime. And yeah, I agree with that. Like, it is very hype. Like, I can think of a few more that are more hype while still keeping the feeling of Christmas. But yeah, it's very hype. I like it. And quite honestly, the movie, that Christmas Vacation, it's dope too. Like, yeah, I can see why he put that there. For number 4, he put Christmas, Baby Please Come Home by Darlene Love. And then he put probably one of the most hype songs out there that evokes the feeling of Christmas. The song never fails to make my head bop to the beat. And while this song isn't as good as the top 3, I love it. And yeah, I could see, like, I'm looking at the list further, and I could see why he put this one there, where, like, I agree it's a good song. It's personally in my top 5 too, but, like, yeah, I agree with that opinion too. Number 3, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear by Frank Sinatra, the original. And he put, while it doesn't evoke any feelings of Christmas, it is great as a song because every part fits well together, and unlike the remaster they made, it feels supernatural. And quite honestly, I can see that. Like, I too prefer the original Frank Sinatra version rather than the remaster because, like, all the instruments in the original just fit together well, and the remaster, they just picked it all apart and tried to put it back together like some sort of weird music surgery. And, like, while I don't hate it as much as the Kang does, because, like, whenever you mention the remaster, Kang gets, like, mad. Like, he gets so angry. It's honestly hilarious to see him freak out about that. I'll have to get him on camera one day, but, like, it's so funny, the way he does it. But, yeah, I agree that the original is way better than the original is way better than the remaster, and that it deserves to be on number 3. And number 2, he put The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole. And for the note, he put, I love it because we think of Christmas, we think of this song, and vice versa, making it iconic and such a joy to listen to. And I honestly agree with that. And I have a few of my own points to add to that, where it's like, it feels very cozy, which is basically everything that Christmas is. It's just very cozy and warm feeling, And yeah, I love it because of that. And for number 1, he put Christmas is Coming at Last by the Rhythm Kings. And he said, you should have seen this coming if you've seen my second question skit, an underrated unknown gem that really captures the spirit of Christmas in its lyrics. The Christmas... Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry, I was reading down the list. But yeah, I could see why I put this at number 1. Personally, for me, like, since I'm a totally different person from the regular King, I'm Harold. I put the Christmas song first, but I can see why I put Christmas is Coming at Last. It's exactly what you think. It's just describing Christmas in a very good and, like, in tune way, and I can see why you put that there. But yeah, that's going to do it for this little 3-minute sketch. Good luck to the King, and see you next time, I guess. See you in the next questions. Welcome to Kang's Questions number 3, where we ask questions to the communities that help me build this channel. I'm Harold the Ghostface Kang, and today we are asking, have you been naughty or nice this year? Yeah, that's pretty much it. We got a bunch of answers to that, considering you don't have to really think on it. So let's start off with my favorite amino, the Fire of Hope amino, who the first person says, is from Misato Gunthaler. I'm sorry if I pronounced that or offended you in any way, who said, I like to think I'm nice. The second one comes from Heimcat, who says, I think I have been nice, not sure entirely. The third one is from Hyper, who says, my parents call me a good kid, so I guess I've been nice. And then the third one comes from Weaver, or who decided to name himself 39.098, who says, I'm the worst person I know every year. And then Sporkle is the... Okay then! And then Sporkle is the fifth one, who says, what the frick does naughty mean? And then I said, that's not what you're thinking. we're just not going to elaborate on that. And then the sixth one comes from Danda Panda, who says that I've been trying my best for every year. I've been trying to be the best for every person around me. I don't have Santa in the Czech Republic, so you, mwahahaha. Okay, and then the last person from the Fire of Hope Mino says, I'm not good or bad, but I don't know. Good answer, man, good answer. So, we got the Fire of Hope Mino down. Now it's time to go to the Christmas Amino. So first for the Christmas Amino comes from the We Stand Christmas, who says, very nice if I do say so myself, with a little smiley blushing emoji. That's nice. The second answer comes from Carol Starbucks, who says, I think I've been nice this year. Okay, yeah. And then the third one comes from House Owner with a very weird profile pic, who says, my criminal prosecutor said I was naughty. I'm not going to even ask about that. And then the third one comes from Surreal Kangaroo, who just said nice. So, all in all, like 98% of the people we ask are naughty, with like 2 of them who aren't naughty, but you can't expect them all to be bangers. That's a weird thing to say. And then the last one for Amino would usually be the Tuber Amino. However, the thing is, that none of them answered them. Yeah, none of them answered for the last 2 questions, so that's it from the Tuber Amino, I guess. Now it's time to go on to my personal Discord. So, on to my personal Discord. Blank name number 1 says, or. Okay, that's an acceptable answer. Blank name number 7, because the last one was supposed to be 6, but I made a mistake, but I guess this one's 7, maybe. I don't know, this blank name number next in chronological order says, it depends on your definition of naughty. If the cops get involved counts, then I've been naughty. Okay. I'm not going to ask about that. And then blank name number, this is the same person. I want to say 4, He says, man, I was probably on the nice list, but then I left the gas stove on because my pet goldfish should die in a gas explosion, so I'm probably on the naughty list. How unfortunate. Anyway, that's it for this week. For the 3rd week, I want to say this is like the 3rd question. No, this is the 3rd question, right? Yeah, this is the 3rd one. So yeah, that's it for the 3rd week. See you guys next time. Good luck to Kang, as he's still going, I'm pretty sure. I think he's still going anyway. Good luck to him, and goodbye. You have to kiss me. That's the rule. Haven't brushed my teeth since 2011. Alright guys, it's the last question of the special. I may or may not do this next year, mostly because I ran out of questions this year to ask, but I might ask at least 1 question next year, so I'm excited for that. But let's focus on the now and not the next year. We have 2 questions actually to finish this out, which the first question is, what's the most underrated Christmas movie? And my personal answer was Hallmark movies are my guilty pleasure. I tell everybody that I hate them when I secretly love them. Don't tell anybody I told you that, because it can be really embarrassing if that information leaks out. And the second question is, what's your favorite thing about Christmas and / what does it mean to you? And my personal answer was, I said that I felt as though they were going to say my answer, because I feel like a bunch of feelings towards Christmas. So yeah. So this first answer is from the Fire of Hope Amino. Hyper says that while I'm not usually a movie person, I'm gonna say Elf Bowling. Might be because I was a kid and it's nostalgic, but it was wacky and interesting to me. And to the second question, Christmas, what does it mean to me? A basic answer, just happiness and cheer, visiting a family or friends and enjoying it together. A day to look forward to even when your life is kind of tough. And yeah, I agree with that, actually. I totally agree with that. Next comes from Weaver, or I don't know, someone's social security number. who says, I don't really watch much Christmas movies, but I remember a long time ago I watched a film called Jingle All the Way, and since I never hear anybody talk about it, I guess it's pretty underrated. Yes, Jingle All the Way, one of what's called Arnold Schwarzenegger's best films, including every single Terminator to ever be made. And what does Christmas mean to me? Well, nothing really. I don't like holidays in general, except for Halloween. But this is less of a holiday and more of a lifestyle. Masquerade and ask strangers for candy, that's my motto, since 5 seconds ago. Well, I guess since 22 days ago, at the time of recording and editing this. Our third answer comes from Dan DePanda, who says, for question 2, what does Christmas mean to me? Well, I'm the kind of person that loves Christmas but doesn't obsess over it. I hope I said that right. Czech traditions are wonderful, and love the overall vibe. Eating traditional sweets, watching movies, drinking tea, decorating the Christmas tree. It's all so magical. And our fourth answer comes from Hindcat, who for the first one says, honestly, I don't have any underrated Christmas movies I can think about. I like movies like Nightmare Before Christmas or Home Alone. I tend to watch one of them for Christmas. Fun fact, Night Before Christmas and most of Tim Burton's claymation movies scare the crap out of me. I don't know why. I guess it's just like the way it's animated. It's very odd. I always prefer stuff like Chicken Run, Wallace and Gromit, those kinds of things. But yeah, those types of movies scare me. That's why I hate Coraline the most out of every single horror thing I've seen. And then for the second question, Christmas to me is possibly the time that I have snuggly feelings. I love giving people gifts and having warm treats. Christmas is usually the time I think of sugar cookies and how fun making homemade cookies are. It gets really cold from where I live, so we have a ton of fluffy blankets. I always love the thought of being wrapped up in a fluffy blanket like a burrito, just nibbling on freshly baked cookies. Christmas family parties are always great. I get happy just spending time with my family. What a nice answer. Anyway, on to the next amino, which I think the Christmas amino, happened to do it, but we'll check, just in case they didn't. Oh, they did. So, basically, Lila I'm sorry, if I'm being offensive right now. I legitimately tried to pronounce that last name, but I couldn't. Anyway, they say that the most underrated / underappreciated movie are the Snow Buddies and Santa Buddies. And basically what Christmas means to them is the decorations mostly, but also the Christmas music and movies. Good answer. Yeah, that makes sense. So, We Stand Christmas says that for the first question, 8 Crazy Nights. That does sound like a pretty Christmassy, thing. That does sound like a pretty Christmassy tradition. A pretty Christmassy movie. And then for the second question, Christmas means spending time with my family. I know it sounds cheesy, but it feels like we are so close when it comes to this time of year. We set up decor, walk around, and see the lights of people's houses, going shopping for gifts, and watching movies with them. Yeah, that was pretty nice. I'm pretty sure the two bringing didn't answer this question at all. They just liked the post and moved on with their life, which is pretty hilarious because that's what all Amino does. It just recommends you post to people, and they don't even read your story, give you advice or any of that. They just like it and move on. Okay, but anyway, they didn't do that. They just liked it and move on. There were no comments on that. So, it is time to get answers from my personal Discord. Let's go on to that, shall we? Just give me 1 second. So, we only got 2 this time. First one comes from the OG, Mr. Blank Name 1, who says, I ain't got no social, but please, call me Blank Name 1. Anyway, so for question 1, he says Shrek the Hall is because you can't go bad with Shrek. Okay. And for question 2, he says Christmas is presents and pain. Literal pain, I won't explain. That's not worrying at all. Anyway, now on to blank name number 8, 9, I guess we'll just say 9. And now on to blank name number 9, who says, for the first question, question, she says, a year without a year without a Santa Claus. I've heard of that one before, but I haven't seen it, obviously. And then for the second one, Christmas means that I'm forced to hang out with my family and presents. That's a very pessimistic way of looking at it. Also, they also include. They're also the only ones in this Discord to include their social. But like I said, I'm not trying to get tracked, so I'm just not going to do it. Anyway, that's it. I guess thanks for checking this out. And see you guys later. Or not later. Next video or next year. But yeah. Bye. Hey guys, this is the Kang reporting out here from the Modesto Wasteland. My good friend the non-apocalypse Kang asked me to come on to his special and do a little promo. So, I'm here now wanting to wish you a Merry Christmas, and after the special, why don't you tune into the Kingdom radio station where I'm currently playing Christmas music and sharing good Christmas memories from out in the wasteland. You can find it in the link in the description below. Tune in, we'll have fun. No, I'm not going to do this Texan accent throughout the entire thing. Sorry about that, but yeah, tune in, we'll have fun, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the special. Merry Christmas.